Hi everyone, I'm Bells. I'm the activities coordinator here at Flying Horse Farms. Today we are going to be doing a very fun activity. We are going to be dyeing fabric using flowers. So we'll give it a minute and we'll wait for some folks to join us. But while we are doing that, I am really curious to hear what you all have been doing while you've been spending some time at home. I know I've been exploring some of my favorite hobbies. I've been spending a lot of time reading. Right now I'm rereading one of my favorite books. I've also been doing a lot of sewing, which is actually, I'll tell you in a minute, one of the reasons that we are doing this activity today is the inspiration for it. And I've also a lot of writing and calling some of my friends, so I'm really curious what you all have been doing at home. What are some of your hobbies? So you can leave that in the comments and let me know. I'm really curious while we're waiting for some friends to join. Hey Sarah, hey Andre, what have you all been up to at home? While we're waiting for some friends to join, if you are just joining in and didn't hear, we are going to be dyeing fabric using flowers today. So it's really fun. It's a very, very fun activity because not only is it really pretty, but also you get to use a hammer and bang things. So it's really fun. So while we're waiting for some folks to join, I'll tell you what things you need if you want to follow along live. You need some fabric. So that can be either plain fabric, that's a light color. It can be a t-shirt, like a light colored t-shirt, or anything else you have. So some fabric, some flowers, a hard durable surface that you don't mind if it's getting a little bit messy. So what I'm using today is a cutting board, so that works. And then of course a hammer. So fabric, flowers, a hard surface like a cutting board or a piece of wood, and a hammer. So you can grab those while we're waiting for some more folks to join in. And then also if you want to tell me what you've been up to while you've been at home a little bit recently. I was saying I've been doing a lot of reading. Right now I'm reading one of my favorite books again. And I've also been doing a lot of sewing. Hey Elizabeth and Rose and Marie. Welcome. You've been making a lot of bracelets and slime. Oh, awesome. That's great. I love making slime and I love making bracelets. Those are two of my favorite things to make. That sounds like a lot of fun. So it seems like some folks are here, so let's go ahead and get started. So I said I've been doing a lot of sewing recently. I've been making a lot of things because I've had a lot of time for others. And because of that, I'm running out of some of my colorful fabrics. And I have, luckily, a lot of white fabric left. I'll show you how much. I have like a whole bolt of it, which is a lot. So I thought that I would just make that fabric more colorful. And there's a really fun way that I'm gonna do that, and I thought I would teach all of you about it. And that is with flowers. So I'm gonna adjust my camera a little bit so you can see a little bit more what we're gonna do. Oh, maybe. All right, so I did a little sample earlier and it looks a little something like this. So we're gonna dye fabric using flowers. It's really fun. So again, all you need is some light colored fabric, and that can be just plain fabric. It can be a white or a light colored t-shirt. You need some flowers. You need a hammer or something hard that you can hit those flowers with through the fabric. And then you need a hard surface. Today I'm using a cutting board. So I made this earlier just to kind of give an example and also test out the flowers that I got. What I did is I just got some flowers from the store when I went to the grocery. But you can also get them if you grow flowers in your yard or if you go for a walk and you have some neighbors who grow flowers and they're okay with you taking a few flowers from their yard, make sure to ask. But you can get flowers just about anywhere. They're really easy to find, and this is a really fun way to add some color to fabric. So that's the one I made earlier. I'll get a new white piece of fabric out. And what I did earlier is I just took all of the flowers, I saved some of the stems, but not all of them, and I just cut the flowers off the top. You can cut them off, you can pull them off, whatever you want to do. You can also just use the petals. Whatever you want to do is fine. So now I have my bowl of flowers. I'm going to move the camera so you can see where I'm working. Go. So I have quite a bit of fabric here, so I'm going to fold it over and put my flowers in between, but you can also just put your flowers underneath and put the fabric on top if you want to do that. It's up to you. So I'm just going to start laying my flowers out, and I might do some that are the full flower like that. I think I'm going to do some of these in the corners. I think that would be pretty. And if you leave some of the stems on, that looks really pretty too, because you get some green along with the color from the petals. There was a rose in this bouquet that I got, and I really like what the petals look like on their own, so I'm going to tear off some of the petals and just put those all over. And I'm not really going to make a pattern with that. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle them wherever they go, and we'll see what happens. And once I put them down, I might move them later. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. Ooh, this is a pretty one. I might put this right in the middle and just see what happens with it. I'm going to put it like that and move this petal out of the way. I don't know how this is going to go because it's a really big flower, but we're going to try it and we're going to find out. And what's really fun with this is there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's a lot of just trying, and some things are going to work really well and are going to be exactly what you thought they would look like, and some things are gonna not look like you thought they would, and you might think, next time I'm gonna do that really differently. And that's okay, you're just learning. This one I think is gonna look really pretty somewhere. I might just throw that right there. Ooh, these are some fun petals. I think I'm gonna tear off the petals and just sprinkle them around. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to place them. I'm just going to sprinkle them all over. And because I have 2 layers of fabric, I can kind of layer the flowers and petals on top of each other, and that might create a really cool effect. We'll see. I might put some stems on here. So I have these, and I might just cut it into a couple of pieces. So if you're cutting your flowers, make sure you might need to ask for some help because it's a little hard to cut the stems. They do that. They kind of fly all over if you're not really careful. I like this one, how it just kind of goes all over. So I might put that, I'll put it right there, put this one there, one down there. I like this long one. I might put that right at the top. And there's another long one with a flower on the end. I'll put that on the other side. All right, this is a lot of flowers on here, so I think I'm ready to fold my other side on top of it. If you're following along at home and you're not ready yet, that is okay. You can just take your time. All right. Hi, Mickey. Welcome. So I'm going to start hammering now, and it's going to get a little bit loud. So if you want to turn your volume down or maybe even mute it, go ahead and do that now. I'm going to give you a few seconds to do that before I start. So if you don't like loud noises or aren't sure about it, go ahead and turn your volume down. All right, I'm gonna start hammering now. Get this middle one because it's really big. Should we see what it looks like? This is hard work doing this. Oh my goodness. All right. So if you are doing this at home, you can hammer for as long as you want to get all of those colors out of those petals and out of those stems. But for right now, I think I just wanted some light colors from all of those since we had so many different flowers in there. So now I just opened it up. So I'm gonna get all of those flowers off there. So let's watch that and see what it looks like. Ooh. Wow. Can you see how some of them made really bright colors? Where I hammered really hard. And then where I didn't hammer as hard, it's not as bright. So when you do this at home, you can hammer really, really hard for a really long time and you'll get really bright colors and you'll get really good outlines of your leaves and petals like I did on this one that I did earlier. But if you just sort of hammer quickly and lightly, like I did while I was just doing it because I didn't want you all to have to cover your ears, you'll get some light colors. And it just depends what kind of look you want. Another tip, if you do this and you want those colors to stay really bright for a really long time, even after you wash it, if you soak your fabric or your shirt or whatever you're doing this on in vinegar beforehand and then wring it out really well before you do this, that color will look really bright and will stay really bright for a long time. So that's another tip you can try. I also saw that Elizabeth is making a bracelet right now. I'm excited that you're making that bracelet. Thanks for telling us that. And Rose, you made a stress ball earlier. That's fantastic. Thanks for sharing that, both of you. If you want to share what those look like with us, we'd love to see a picture if you want to post that in the comment as well. But thanks for sharing that. I'm glad you all are doing that at home. All right, well, thank you for joining me while I dyed some fabric to make some more crafts with with some flowers today. I hope you all try this at home, and if you do, feel free to post a picture in the comments and let us know how it turned out. But that is all I have for today. I'm really glad you joined me, and we'll be back next week with some more activities. We'll have some dancing and some activities. I believe that Rob and Chef G are going to be joining you live next week. So make sure to tune in for that, and we'll see you later. Bye.